What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, today's video is really different compared to any other of my videos that I made recently. We have a huge bombshell that was dropped by Mark Basile, and I have to say that his opinion for now might change a lot in our case, but unfortunately I have to admit that we've lost Mark Basile as a potential ally in our case. And this is a real bombshell because Mark Basile has an active lawsuit against TradeStation. And guys, before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button and let's move forward. First of all, I want to pay your attention that we are still working to spread this information to the broader audience. And just yesterday on MMTLP Resources, you can find this news, MMTLP on Bloomberg Radio. And here, let me quote it for you. The guest's quote, "I feel really bad for the regulators here," summarizes their biased coverage. Bloomberg Radio is a radio service that provides global business news and is broadcast on terrestrial radio stations around the United States. Bloomberg Radio is said to have 1.3 million audio listeners in the United States. As Tushon got some of the coverage from Bloomberg TV. And here you can see the tweet that was made by Tushon, and he wrote, "Only caught the end of the conversation, but MMTLP segment highlighting on Bloomberg." And guys, I have to say that despite all the facts that we have a lot of problems inside our community, we still have to push our case forward, and this type of mentions of MMTLP on any major radio station is extremely important for us, and it helps us to push our case forward. But guys, today's video is not dedicated to this news. The main news is right here. While I was preparing for today's video, I found that Mark Basile completely erased his account, and I have to say that just previously he made his account private without any access from unwanted persons, and for now he deleted his account. And first of all, I didn't understand why did he do it, but let me show you this. John Burder reposted the tweet that was written by Guess Who 12 hours ago, and Guess Who wrote this. "You know what, junk? I don't need your benevolence anymore. Goodbye, Mark Basile." And he added the link to the Junk Service Twitter account. Basically, it is the link to her space call that she hosted just yesterday. And Guess Who added, "Looks like a certain attorney is burning all the bridges," hypothetically, of course. And let me show you this space call. So guys, let me start with this timestamp, and I want you to listen just several minutes of this space call.
And to be fair, you've always said that, and I said this morning, there is a difference between what we believe, what circumstantially we can see, and what we can actually prove. So I can concede that point. But I will tell you, Mark, that when I listened to that recording, it absolutely did sound like you said that MMTLP was a pump and dump.
No,
And
I said part of
I
it.
know, but it
I said
did.
I said part of it is it's one of the three main issues, right?
Okay.
And you have to admit, Junk, that there is proof already online that there were people involved in pushing MMTLP through a third-party relationship they have connected to whoever was paid consulting warrants. We don't know where those warrants went to. We don't know who the warrants were issued to. It's not in their regulatory filings. It's a generic statement that they've issued. I'm sure the SEC knows, and I'm sure they're going to follow through their discovery, just like I'm going to follow through my discovery, who those parties were, and did they then transfer, gift, or sell those warrants to any other people who are posting on social media. Don't be foolish. Really, all you guys, don't be foolish. This is This is a multi-layer issue. And I only brought up the pump and dump and ramen space to discuss that issue as one of 3 issues. Now, you want to see my position on this instead of putting words in my mouth?
Mark, I'm not putting words in your mouth.
Wait, or misquoting me? Go read the trade station complaint. That's all about the U3 halt and naked short selling. It really has nothing to do with pump and dump.
I agree, Mark, and I said the same thing. I've said the same thing, but I listened to the clip of what was said.
Right,
and it
the clip. Did you listen to the whole thing in context where I went through the 3 issues? Come on.
But my point is, Mark.
And who posted that clip? Come on, wake up already. You're a smart woman.
Hey,
you know
Mark,
exactly
don't attack me or I'll boot you.
I'm not attacking you, but
you are attacking.
Well, if you're going to...
I asked you respectfully. I'm not raising my voice, Mark. I was giving you an opportunity. I didn't have to give you a mic. I was giving you an opportunity to come in and to provide context for the conversation.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what, Junk? I don't need your benevolence anymore. Goodbye.
Okay.
So guys, that's it. I think I have nothing to add to this conversation, and I have to admit that it is not the best resolution of this space call. I have to admit that yes, Mark knows a lot about our current case, and he doesn't have an obligation to disclose all the information. But guys, if I heard him correctly, he said that he has an evidence that, and these evidence are pretty much the online recordings where some of MMTLP community members pumped and dumped the MMTLP price back in the days. And guys, let me show you a quite interesting update. First of all, Roman Soups published the tweet, and he pinned it on December the 6th of 2023, and I covered this screenshot just yesterday, and this screenshot for now potentially has more and more sense in our case. But on the other hand, guys, take a look right here. RareDD wrote this tweet 19 hours ago. He said, eager to learn the people that might try to pump and dump MMTLP. Jeremy cracked that case a long time ago, and he refers to the tweet that was published by Run It Back on March 27th of 2023, and let me quote you this in details. The Superman loves to cry fool and call out the pump and dumpers in MMTLP, all the while failing to disclose that he was the original Reddit pump and dumper when MMTLP started trading. Takes one to know one, Roman Soups, right? And he refers to his own tweet that he published on February 15th, and he said 1 out of 7. I can keep going if you'd like. Here's 28 more to wet your manipulating noodle. To answer your question, what you did was actually worse. You implored them to keep buying because simply holding won't move the price up. Such advice normally, but this wasn't normal, was it? And he added several screenshots where Roman Soups wrote that people have to buy MMTLP shares, not MMTLP but MMAT. And this is the screenshot from the Reddit thread, and definitely it shows that Roman Soups was one of the pumpers who so-called promoted this stock back in 2021. And guys, ask yourself honestly, who was the person who attracted your attention back in the days to the MMAT ticker symbol, and what was his or her intention in this case? Guys, take a look on each and every of my videos. I made a lot of videos, and I told you that when the price goes higher, you shouldn't buy the stock, and I even preliminarily made a statement that you shouldn't hold your position during the rough times like the date of MMAT and Torchlight Energy merger, or right before the U3 halt. And guys, In the description to each and every of my video, you can find the link to my video that I published on December the 7th of 2022. And guys, watch this video and you will see my position on this case. And I have to admit that not so many people were involved in this so-called pump and dump scheme, but definitely if someone acted like this, they have to be punished. On top of that, guys, it is not the answer to our main question. Let me show you this tweet that was reposted by John Burda, and that was originally made by RareDD. 12 hours ago he wrote, "I'm not saying I don't think it's impossible, but what benefit would there be to the SEC's investigation into MMTLP being limited to individuals involved in a pump and dump? How does that address FINRA modifying the corporate action and forcing Meta to accept the changes? How does it address FINRA revising the corporate action without input from Meta, basically changing the spin-off into mandatory exchange? How does it address FINRA claiming to follow Rule 6490 but posting two deficient corporate actions that contradicts that assertion? How does it address the members of FINRA's UPC committee being in charge of U3 halting MMTLP while representing companies and counterparts with exposure to MMTLP share imbalances? How does it address the non-trade station imbalance? How does it address the discrepancy between the MMTLP short interest reported by FINRA and the multiple times more shares that Next Bridge Hydrocarbons has been solicited for by representatives of short sellers? I can go on and on. The FOIA, fraud tips, compliance, blue sheets, all hidden from investors that were allowed to continually invest in MMAT and MMTLP. When FINRA and the SEC knew there was a problem. If the SEC thinks they are going to try to change the narrative by directing their investigations towards the companies and investors instead of addressing the elephant in the room, I will only add to the suspicion that they are just as complicit as FINRA and their member firms. Fix this. And guys, I completely agree with this tweet, and I completely on the side of RareDD. All these questions that he asked in this tweet, they are completely irrelevant to pump and dump scheme that potentially happened back in the days. And guys, to be honest, do we care about the wrongdoers? If these wrongdoers are in our community, do we care about their future? I don't think so. All we care about is the money that was frozen because of this U3 halt, and I have to say that if someone was the real reason of this pump and dump, this person should be punished, and no matter what position does he have right now or did he have previously. Definitely, the only way how we can solve this problem is to seek the truth and to find out the real wrongdoers. And definitely, this should be investigated as well. And unfortunately, potentially, yes, we lost Mark Basile, but his lawsuit is still active. And I think I will find out the way how I can find the information in regards to his lawsuit, and I will give it to you. That is why, guys, just subscribe to my channel in order not to miss the next piece of information. So let me show you another update, and I want to show you this tweet that was published by Scott Drott 15 hours ago. He wrote, "This is important to know, folks. We begin with the premise they were not selling MMTLP in a fair and honest fashion and were utterly devastating the price by overselling, together with and in concert with others, is how the RICO accounts will read, inter alia. Then the premise metastases into statements that they would not protect their clients' interests and would breach their fiduciary responsibilities. Schwab is now dead in the water, listing hard to port, engine room flooded and no power for the pumps. And he refers to the tweet that was published 16 hours ago by CPOX, and CPOX wrote, "I have my shares at Schwab, and I was told by a rep in regards to the dividend that they will not honor any dividend payment. I specifically asked the rep if the company was sold and a dividend was issued for the sale, if Schwab would pay it, and was specifically told no." And he added this screenshot, as you can see. He asked, would subscription rights also include money payments, such as if they sold their business and issued a monetary dividend, that would also be forfeit? Yes, and the answer is following. Yes, this is pretty much stating the prospectus will not be upheld. The shares held here at Schwab currently have no value. Guys, I think it is another evidence that Schwab doesn't have the real shares of MMTLP, and it is in extremely oversold position. Guys, no matter what is happening inside our community, we have to seek the truth, we have to find it out, and to do it, we have to be extremely focused on our main goal, to have fair and transparent markets, and to find out the resolution for our kids. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Basile Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.